So in order to get started with the data collection, you need to first go to New Application, and then select the board that you have connected. So in my case, I have the AI evaluation kit, so I will use this board. So I will hit next and then go to machine learning and then load this Imagimob streaming protocol. So what the streaming protocol does is that it allows you to stream data from your board into the studio in a compatible format. So if I hit create, and I just use the default name. So now we will just let Models Toolbox create the project. It's important to note that if you have not updated your AI evaluation kit, then it should already have this firmware installed. So now we have our project created, so we can see the important parts here. Essentially what this project is doing is that it's using the protocol. It's using the protocol.c in order to package the data in the right way. So you can see here that it's setting up a configuration. This is communicated to the platform in order to tell the platform which sensors are available and the supported settings. And then it will listen to some keywords coming in over the communication protocol. Then the part specific to this project is the UART communication. So this is essentially setting up the communication protocol. And if you were to have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, then this part will be a bit different. But the protocol will always be the same. Essentially, you just need to create the project and then just flash it onto your device. And in this case, we're using the AI evaluation kit. So now we've flashed the AI evaluation kit with the right firmware, we're able to go into the studio and do some data collection. So I will open up my data collection project and navigate to the serial capture. So here I want to make sure that it's connected to the right device. So just select COM14, and then I can select which sensor I would like to have. I'm going to go with microphone, and then this node will visualize that part. So all I have to do is hit play, and this will open up the live view, and then I'll hit go. So this is the output from the AI evaluation kit. The sound is coming into the microphone and it's being streamed into the platform. And right now the sound is just me talking, but I will open up the siren. I'll play it again. So now I will stop this view, and then I will save the file, and then it asks me what I want to call it. So, and the data format and all those things. So I'll just hit OK. Now it's created a session file that I will go to. And now I will also do the labeling. So I will click on Add Track, Label Tracks, and Label Track. Hit OK. And then I'll just use the default name. So this created a track here, and I will go over my data. So this was all me talking, so it's not so important, but this was the siren data. So I will select this section and create a new label. So I will go new label and call that sirens. Now we'll do the same thing here. I can also copy my labels and paste them. I'll do that here. And then I can move it around and adjust it accordingly. So we'll do that. There's also a shortcut for creating a label, which is Control W. So I will save this, and now I've saved my session file. And this session file can be added to your project by going to the project file and clicking on Add Data. I'll do that right now. So just click on Add Data, and then go to the data collection project and select this file. And this will be added to the list. So we just looked at how to add data how to add the labels manually. But we can also do it automatically. So what we're going to do is to take one of our models that we've built and drag it into the project. So this is the preprocessor and the network. We're going to take the output from our board into the preprocessor, and then we're going to apply a number of things. So if we go to our library, first we're going to visualize the output of the model. And now we're going to get the model to create a label track for us. So this is essentially going to do automatic labeling. And then we are also going to add some predefined labels. This will help us in case the model misses the output. So now we have some predefined labels. So now I will compile all of this and then let it run. So now it's just me talking and the model is outputting that it's something else, not sirens, which is what's expected. And now I will play some siren sounds and then we'll see how the model reacts. So that was a short siren and the model successfully detected it. Let's do it again. So you can see that the model detected it again and it automatically applied a label for us that we can use to improve or fine-tune the model on. Now we just created another one. So now we can stop this session and let's zoom out just to see the overall timeline. So we just recorded for about 50 seconds and we got 3 siren labels and some people talking in between. Now let's hit save with Control S, and then we can see that now we have an audio track, we have a label track, but we also have the output from the model, so we can visualize that. So if we hit save, and now we have this session file. Now we can go back to our project and add this file again. So we go to Add, and then navigate to the right data collection project and select the file. And then add it to the project. So when you click Add, it's important to make sure that you actually assign them to the right set. So by default, it will be assigned to the unassigned set, and then we can, for example, put it in the test set. And then add it to the project. So now we're in the data tab of the project. When you create a new project, then you simply add data into your project. This can be data that you've collected yourself or through the GraphUX. Within the data management tab, you have different functionality. For example, you have the augmentation, which allows you to do different kinds of augmentation on your data set and do data synthesis of different kinds. You also have other functionality, for example, the ability to generate labels in your data set. So you can go and add a machine learning model that can do automatic label generation and annotate your data. You also have other functionality like the distribution. So this is essentially for distributing your data into the different sets. So you have the option of choosing whether you want to have a test set or without the test set. So you just use your data for training and validation. And you can also do the distribution only on unassigned data. So just take your new data and split it into the different sets. And the other functionality that you have is that you can adjust your class weight. So it's quite common to play around with the class weight when you don't have balanced data sets. So in this example, we're going to apply a 2.1 class weight for the sirens. And this means that during the training, the model will be a bit more biased towards the siren data. The other thing you can do is you can also add predefined labels. So this allows you to establish what labels are part of your project. So in this case, we only have one label, which is sirens. And here it's important to make sure that you actually match the text with what your labels are. So we can see that the other data is labeled with sirens, so we're going to label it with sirens with a small s. So here the idea is that you have a holistic overview of your data and you can manage your large data sets, and it's important to pay attention to this overview so that you can make sure that you cover the right circumstances in your data set. The other thing that you can do in your data management tab is the ability to sort through your data sets and filter out different kinds of data. So you can sort by name and also search for specific keywords in your data. So this can be done on every one of these tabs. You can apply it to the name tab, and in this case you can see that we will search for sirens first of all and look at what siren data we have, and then we will also search for ambulance and see what ambulance data we have. So the next thing is we can also filter out by specific sets. So if we only want to see our validation sets, we can do it that way. We filter out, we untick the training, and then we only see the data in the validation set. Then we can also see the status and sort by the status of the different data sets. We can also look at what kind of label and data files we have and adjust those. We see the sample shape and the frequency of our data sets. And then we can also look at how many labels we have in there, the length of the files, and also the length of the labels. And we can also sort and filter by all of those. And then lastly, we also get a visual cue. So we can see, okay, what percentage is labeled and the counts for the labels that we have.